Hello, welcome back to Gasputio Tabletop Football. Just excuse me as I stand in front of the camera. Now, you may notice very, very quickly that we are not in Kansas anymore. We're not at Gasputio Stadium. Where we are is somewhere that you haven't seen before, and that would be called, I guess, what I like to call my workshop. I suppose what other people could call my playroom, the place that I hide away. All sorts of names for it, really. Man cave, that's another one. Just bear with me while I put this in. Now, the reason we're here is because you probably recognise this is the training pitch table that I've been putting together, and I've nearly finished the construction stage of it, and I wanted to show you it before I paint it. I might not paint it, I don't know, but if I do, it's going to be a lot harder to explain what I've done than if I show you now, basically. I'm just going to put this last screw in. I can take these clamps off because I have glued and screwed it. Right, there we go. Put that out of the way. Take the clamps off, move them out of the way. Oh my God, get out. I'm going to show you what I've done. Right, now, before I tip it up and show you the top, I'll just explain this. These are a bit of sort of rod or dowel, wooden rod dowel. I think that's about 12 mils, something along those lines, maybe 15, might be a 15 mil sort of dowel. What I've done with that is drill them through and then screw them in from the top side and glued them as well. So they should stay in place because effectively they're glued and they've got quite a substantial screw running almost the whole length of that bit of dowel there. I've got 6 of them. They're measured to be high enough that they will clear a Subbuteo figure, or in fact a referee, so that if I put this on the table and I've forgotten that there's some bits and pieces there, it should, unless I very luckily hit one dead on, it should allow me a bit of sort of error room if I've left anything on the table. So that's why I put those legs on. The only thing you've got to be careful is when you're moving it around all the time, I don't want to prise these off. Like I said, they have got a substantial sort of screw in there, but nonetheless, if you put enough pressure on it, it would just rip out because this is only chipboard. So let's turn it over and have a look on the top. In fact, I will turn it around that way, making sure not to. Right, so I haven't got the training pitch here, but this is measured so that the training pitch drops exactly in that. I've put a little back bit on there, which is just a bit of, I think that's 1¼ inch square batten. Run along the back, run along the side, but I've left the front bit where you're going to be sort of leaning over, left that free. Now, when I put the pitch in there, it would probably come from that back plate up to about here, but I'm going to shove it up to the edge because I want to be able to fit a goal on as well, and that allows me that room, so I can fit the whole pitch on there and a goal. That should all fit when I take it back to Gasputio Stadium and see if it all works out, and then this should obviously stop the ball from flying off anywhere. And round this edge, I suppose what I could do if I really wanted to, and if I've got enough space, I could put some Subbuteo fencing on or something like that. I don't know, we'll have a look. I may just leave it like that. Round these edges off a bit so I don't catch my hands on them, on my fingers. And then we've got the playing surface there. But I just wanted to show you that before I make any sort of decision to paint. So if you imagine, training pitch there, flicking away, doing the little exercises. When I'm done with it, I can take it off the pitch, put it away to the side somewhere on its edge, and then possibly even build something to sort of hang it up somewhere. I don't know, we'll see. Might be getting a bit adventurous there, but we'll see how we get on. So that's where we're at the minute. And I wanted to show you that, like I said, before I painted it. I'm not sure if I'm going to paint this. I might stain it once all the glue's dried. You can see the glue oozing out there where I've clamped and screwed it all together. So I might just stain it. If you think once the training pitch is on the top of there, then you're not going to notice any of this sort of chipboard anyway. So really it's a matter of whether you can tolerate looking at this sort of tannalized timber. This is actually a bit of garden sort of timber for building bits and pieces outside. That's why it's got a bit of a green hue to it. But I don't know. So I'll either stain it or paint it. If I paint it, I'll probably just spray it over with a white plastic coat or something like that, which might sort of suit the pitch. That might actually look quite good if you think green pitch and then white sort of surround. All right? I could put a handle on maybe, some hooks somewhere, I don't know. We'll see how we get on with it, but that's where we're at in a minute. So I've explained how I put them on. The batten, don't know if I said that earlier in the video, but that's just been glued and clamped, screwed through from the bottom, and then the screws go up there. So have I got one of the screws here? No, I haven't. But they go in quite deep as well. So they go up to about there from the base upwards. And there's 4 in each side and about 6 along the back, which should keep it nice and secure once the glue has gone off as well. If anyone's wondering what sort of glue I used, this is not an advert, by the way. But like I do with any of my stuff, and like when I was building the stadium, I always use Gorilla Glue. Not an advert for them, they don't sponsor anything, but it's just, I don't know, it just works, you know? Just always works for anything. It's great for MDF and it's great for any sort of little bit of timber work there. So that's what I use. And that's it really. All right. Right. Now I'm going to have to walk in front of the camera again. This is where I see whether or not you could actually see it. Yes, you can. Good, good. So until next time when we're doing this, when I will either have stained it or painted it or decided to leave it there on its own. Until next time, as ever, up the gas.